if those of us who are pretty much like interested in numbers, I want you to take a look at the left side of this screen. You see, when your parent falls into poverty, right, the children are the ones who are either going to end up homeless with their parent, or they will end up dropping out of schools, right? Children of the people, of the poor people, are the most victims of the failed Nigerian system. So take a look at that left. So they did some survey on the level of poverty, multi-dimensional poverty in Nigeria, all right? And from their record, okay, it is, let's see, yeah, it is the southwest of Nigeria that actually has the lowest number of children in poverty. And listen, this is not because the criminals in Yoruba land did anything to help the people that way. We know that. Just like every other part of Nigeria, you are always on your own. But there is an advantage somehow that they believe that the children who have fallen into poverty across Nigeria in Yoruba land, minus Lagos, because see Ogun State. Take a look at that. Let's start accessing them one by one, okay? So I'm going to start from the southwest, right? 85.6% children in Ogun State are living in multi-dimensional poverty. 72.7% in Oyo, 67% in Osun, 63% in Ekiti, 63% in Ondo, and Lagos, with 50% of the children in Lagos are living in multi-dimensional poverty. Huh? Now, if you go a little bit up to the south, 97.4% in Bayelsa. I have said this before that Zamfara is the poorest, is the state with the poorest people in Nigeria. When you are talking about poverty, Zamfara. But when you look on your right, take a look at how much money Zamfara borrowed, locally and internationally. 110.5 billion. And that's their debt, as well as $29 million. And there is also another 22 billion. Now, if you add all of that together, you are looking at 130 or 131 billion naira debt, Zamfara. But what do we go talk about this Bayelsa now? Bayelsa is oil-producing state with so much money and so much poverty. See Cross River, Akwa Ibom, where the Akpabiole is buying one refrigerator for 9 million naira, for his member of his senatorial district. See River State, where Werewike was their governor, 82%. Another very rich state in Nigeria. See the number of children living in abject poverty, multi-dimensional poverty. Children who have no real food or school or anything like that, or clothing or houses. They are actually like there. They exist. Then look at the southeast, Ebonyi, 92%. This is the place where Devulumayi was their governor. And they said, if to say everything work as they planned, it would have been your president today. When they said that if Bokwari anointed him. Look at Enugu. Look at Imo. See Anambra. Abia. And if you go to the northwest, take a look at the numbers. Numbers don't lie. We are talking about children living in poverty here. In multi-dimensional poverty. No education, no health care, no care, no security. Take a look at the number. 96.7% into real long. Sokoto, the Bonto rule. Kebbi, Jigawa, Katsina, Zamfara. Look at Zamfara. Zamfara is even better than Bayelsa. Children in Zamfara are living better than children in Bayelsa, the oil producing states. Look at Kaduna, where El Rufaya, the supposed man, Sikano. Oh dear, look at the Northeast. They are in their 90s and 80s, like in the North Central, which is the middle belt part of Nigeria. Look at Plateau, look at Benue, Kogi, Niger, Nasarawa, Kwara, Abuja. So if they tell you Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world, it is not an exaggeration. No thanks to the criminals in charge of the contraption. Sorry, I just lost a caller there because I was making some explanation and all that. Yeah, the line is opened. Sometimes people feel like when I am talking, like, okay, maybe I have forgotten about them. No, I haven't. Sometimes I just want to finish what I'm saying, okay? So yeah, the line is opened, and you can also still help share this. If you are just waking up and you're just joining us, it is Mayegun's Midday Live. Just some snippets of all happenings across the contraption Nigeria, where the lies is some sort of a pastime for them. And you see, it's so crazy that, you know, they also as well begin to believe their lies. And that's dangerous. When you begin to believe in your lies, it's pretty much like saying, okay, you don't wake somebody who is pretending to be sleeping. If I'm pretending to be sleeping now, and you come in here, I will still be like that. That's a pretense. And you're like, hey, hello, Mayegun, hello, Mayegun. And I'm like, you do not wake somebody pretending to be sleeping, because a lot of them live lies. Just say it to their faces and they will. Hello there.
Mayegun, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
This is Adeza from Scotland, from Edinburgh.
That's you back again today. How are you today, Baba?
I'm good.
It's good to hear from you. So yeah, you probably have been listening, I believe. So here we are.
Yeah, I've been listening. Yeah, actually, I want to thank you for all that you've been doing. I pray that when they have opportunity to meet you in Glasgow there.
Very soon.
Yeah, when you look at Nigeria, the country itself is not poor, but the leader make the country to be poor. You know, while I was in Nigeria some years ago, that this program I attended with a this day program.
Yes.
They call it Exploring Non-Oil Sector in Nigeria. The program then was held at Kuchidi Hall in Mina. I represent one of the state then, because I work as a head of investment for the state.
Right.
We're invited and I represent the state. Do you know that Nasarawa was one of the richest states in Nigeria because of the mineral deposit in the ground?
Yeah.
But you discover that all these states, they are not actually exploring what we have. Everybody is waiting for oil from Niger Delta. And it is because we are not running a true federalism. You know, in a true federalism, each state manages its own resources.
That's right.
The center is weak. The center only controls the armed forces, the police, and some other things, while each state manages its own resources. Because they have the resources from one particular area, they are taking to spread to every other state, every other place seems to be dormant. Understand? Until we do that, they will keep on depending on the state that has the resources that their resources are even they are taking from them. Nigeria as a country is not poor. It's one of the richest on earth, but the leader make it to be poor. Secondly, regarding Dangote, are you with me?
Loud and clear, Baba. Live.
You know, like Dangote issue, giving rights to state is part of the thing he has stolen from the country. When a company is registered, that's what we call it, the doctrine of corporate personality in law. That means the company is different from the directors. But when the director use the company in a fraudulent manner to steal, that's what we call you unveil the veil of corporate personality and punish the individual that are involved in that fraud. If Nigeria or what Dangote did, it's like in UK here, he will be in jail now.
Absolutely.
He will be in jail because his role with Emefiele and the former again, those people supposed to be in jail. Understand? If it is in UK here, and they cannot even try it.
Imagine the head of the Eshekwa in the UK, right? Who happens to be like the central bank here, says, "Oh, we give so business 10 billion pounds, and they have already paid back 70% of the money, even before even before they start operation." A lot of people will want to know more. How did that happen? How? And if they find out that this man lied to cover up this other guy, by now it will be like the greatest scandal ever, but not in Nigeria.
And he discovered that all the money he has stolen, with the day they announced he's a member of the economic team, I know that the country is not ready to punish him.
No.
Because everybody knows the role he played. In fact, the reserve of Nigeria was depleted because of him.
Yes.
So, and you see going with those things, traveling up and down, making noise up and down, say he's giving rise. You see, these are things that Nigerians are supposed to rise up, but everybody is looking. Secondly, like what the central bank governor is doing, they are just buying time.
I know.
When the economy finally collapses on them, they will see it and they cannot do anything again. You see, I read economy in the university. We're made to understand that for a country to be self-reliant, at least you must consume 51% of what you are producing.
Yes.
We are not producing anything. Okay, look at Kogi State. Kogi State have what is called iron ore in Ajakuta and in Tapi. While I was in secondary school, that's my state. We normally enter free bus from wherever we are in the state. Back there, we go and do weekend and come back. The place was just like a very big, we need to call it small London then. You can walk under the ground for 1 hour without seeing the sun. But during Babangida and Abacha, they collapsed the whole system. Until today, all the money they spend, trillion upon trillion, nothing come out to do in Obasanjo. You know, recently that Buhari, before he left, I don't know what he said he was doing there. Again, nothing. They were just spending the money without any consideration. Nitel is there. Nobody is thinking of revitalizing the Nitel. You know what made the not stick in the past was textile industries. All the textile industry was collapsed because these are things that can improve the economy.
Yeah, those are the things now. Like if Nigeria is actually like we have a textile industry, milling industry, iron hall industry, and you have all of these things that have been like roaring every day. Give it a year, non-stop, right? Your economy will be kicked back again gradually.
Okay. When you go to the east, you see this what they call it, the coal in I think in Imo State or Enugu State. All those things they were just wasting. Nobody's care for that. All the money that come to them is just to squander it and the rest of them. I also talk about
want quick money now. If you are carrying a bag of money right now, they can promise you Kogi State and say, take Kogi, just give us the money.
Yes.
Give us that money.
Just collect the money.
You like Kogi? You say I like Kogi. Yeah, take it. Give the money. This is what they are. This is the kind of pedestal. On the pedestal they are operating, and people are waiting. Some people are waiting, hoping that everything will work out. Now we no get patience, or now we get bad belly. When we can actually see the entire thing right before us, we are looking at daylight robbery, Baba. That's what we are looking at. We are looking at destruction of lives and properties without carrying guns or bombs. And yet some people think, give them time. Time, okay. When they are done with you.
I remember during Buhari, they can give them time. Second year, third year, fourth year is finished. You see, my people say the food that will benefit somebody, when you sit in the pot, you will know.
You get that. They say anybody will go bless you, no go stress you. Any government will go bless you, it no go stress you. And when they bring stress, now scam, you go suffer for even 8 years, it go last 8 years, Baba, if you don't stop them.
8 months now, there's no sign of moving forward. So how can you say that person want to deliver you? Now, I want to compare Senegal to Nigeria now. What happened recently? You discover that there are 3 institutions that really play a role there. One, the people, understand,
Yes.
the people were so resilient. They were so adamant to get what they want.
Yes.
They were not looking back. Even when they want to shift the date of the election, they said, no, the people, everybody was
It
on
didn't last 24 hours. When that man made that announcement, the entire street of Senegal was filled with people like, no.
No. Now, you also go to the institutions. The institution that's supposed to uphold the constitution, they stood to defend the constitution. The military,
their Supreme Court stood. I give that to them. They did not flinch.
Like our own, the military, they did not deploy military to begin to kill people, and everybody worked to keep the constitution running. So when you now bring it to Nigeria, you know, fast forward to what happened in 2023, the elections, you now say these are the things they use against the people.
They use the institutions.
The judiciary who's supposed to come and rescue people after INEC mess up everything. Understand? After Mahmoud mess up everything, the judiciary are supposed to stand tall and make things work. The judiciary, in fact, legalize the whole system. And that's what has brought us to where we are today. But until, as I keep on saying that, Martin Luther Jr. said, no slave master voluntarily allowed the slave to go until the slave demand for it. Not the money for it. It's not. It's either by hook or by crook. We must bring it down. And that is what Senegalese people did. They said they must take back on their country, and they take it back now. So those are some of the things.
You are so right, because we shouldn't ignore this. So, okay, that if the institutions in Senegal were like to be that of Nigeria, there will never be this serious government or phase government. All this will never happen.
Yeah, that's what
because you are right. Their judiciary came out to make pronouncements. Also ordered all the politically detained people released. Right? Then you are right. Their military did not roll out tanks to start shooting at them, even though their police came out. All right, but they never attacked anyone.
Anyone.
Yeah. Also, the umpire that will conduct the election, when the judiciary said go and conduct the election, they allowed free and fair. Everybody choose. If those ones were compromised, this will never happen. And that's what
it will never happen. Yes. Another thing I want to make reference, I listened to Rufai and what they call Ruben Abati interviewing the chief of staff. I think it was yesterday. I just watched it this morning when he was talking about. He kept on asking him about the legality of what they are doing in Delta State. That it is not their role to do what they are doing. It's the role of the police. He keep on saying that it's a joint task force. He's trying to cover. But what I was expecting Rufai and Bati to ask him, what did not ask him was that the people that were killed in the community, nobody was talking of that one now. All the human beings, all the community, the villagers that were killed, nobody was talking. Only the 17 people that were killed. Second, I was also expecting them to ask him the question, when they killed, I think 38 or 28 army in Niger State about last year, the military did not do anything. I don't know human being. I don't know human being. Nobody do anything. About their governor said they should leave it for them. So why are now using double standard for people?
Is that not the problem about this injustice of a thing?
These are injustice. These are right? Yeah. So another issue of budget padding, like the issue of budget padding, everybody, that one has been forgotten now. With what has happened, everybody saw it. How can you be using 100 something million to dig a borehole that can be dug for 3 million naira? Understand? These are things that the citizens supposed to come together in mass and say, no, it is better we bring the whole charade down. Nobody talk. Everybody seems to be peaceful. That will now take me back to another area in Kaduna. El Rufai, the little finger, as we normally call it.
Little finger.
He has sold the state before he left. That's all the loan they are collecting. What happened in Kaduna is what happened in all the states. all the loan that they are collecting from institutions, they are not using it for development.
That over
they are sharing it.
billion of that loan could not be accounted for by more than 25 state governors under review.
Do you know what they do? Whenever they collect loan like this, you know, the state legislators, they connive with them, give them some, because they're supposed to be demanding for what are these things and be used for. They give to those people, and the governor take the remaining one and use it for himself. You will not see a good project, because when you borrow money, it is expected that the money will pay the principal money, pay the interest, and so make profit. There should be a return on investment. But when they collected this money, in which it is the interest is accumulating on this loan, they use it to go and buy houses
like this central bank governor is doing. You are taking cheap, well, they call it cheap, but it's not cheap loan. These are expensive loan that they're but like $8. Okay, you are collecting that and you are selling it at a cheap market at the parallel market to make yourself feel good and say Nigeria Naira is gaining strength, right? Like if you really actually work for that money for real, would you just give it away? Because they are not the ones who will pay the difference. They are not. The whole cost will be back on Nigeria. Abi?
Yes. You know, Nigeria, it's no man's business now.
It's no man's business. So loss at loss or whatever, Nigeria will pay. If there is no money, they will borrow another money to pay for another one. Sure, you get what kind of economists are these people, Baba?
All the borrow that Buhari borrowed throughout his 8 years.
Imagine
so we didn't say anything that comes from
50 billion. They said that the total money where Buhari printed now 27.4 trillion. Okay, but because it's a ways and means, so that means Emefiele that printed it loaned the money to the government of Nigeria, the state government, the federal government. Okay, so that's 27 trillion. When they converted that to the exchange rate of that era under Emefiele, Papa, it is $50 billion. $50 billion, right? You and I know about the money printed. Almost everybody knows about the money printed, but nobody can point out what they use the money for. $50 billion disappeared.
You see, for us to get a way out of this, we never have a political leader that is ready to do the right thing. All the people that do all this evil, they are still working, they are giving them title in Nigeria, both in church and in mosque, traditional title and the rest of them. Until all these people are dealt with, arrested, not just like somebody, you have a child in the house, 3 children, want to misbehave, you do not deal with him, they don't misbehave, you cannot deal with anything. So until all these people are arrested, like Buhari was supposed to be under investigation or be in detention, like Malami, the Prime Minister, all those
imagine them coming out that Buhari's signature was forged. But see, these guys I don't know. I don't know if I have to go for special training on how to actually make Nigerians to talk them into really becoming active, kind of. Sure, you get these guys printed what do you call it? They said Emefiele forged signature of Buhari when there are evidence of Buhari raising this banner, raising that, but taking pictures with Emefiele on all those occasions to promote all those policies. They now came back and they said it that central bank governor of Nigeria forged the signature of president to go and withdraw $6.5 million for election observers. They said that just how to, what they are doing to cover Buhari up. Yet they are disgracing and exposing Nigeria that country where the central bank governor, the forged signature of presidents to steal money, when it is actually not what happened.
They not allow the institution to work. Just like I told you, the history in Senegal work just now. If ICPC, EFCCs are working, not all those who will be at the barest minimum. They are not working because the people who the same people who appointed these leaders on this very organization, so they dance to their tune. They don't allow this thing to work. If all these things are working, all this will come to the barest minimum that you cannot do. But they are not working.
That one, Jimo Ibrahim.
Jimo Ibrahim, forget Jimo. I know Jimo Ibrahim.
Most indebted criminal in Nigeria.
It's not the one that own the Nikon insurance. It's not the one that own the Nikon insurance. That own Nikon insurance. It's Jimoh Ibrahim.
Baba, this guy is the most criminal debtor in Nigeria. I have never seen bold criminal like that, Jimoh Ibrahim. Okay.
Let me tell you,
like
let me tell you.
These criminals in Nigeria, okay. It will look at any government properties or government whatever they want to sell, right? Then it will approach bank, okay, and it will take loan in the name that he's connected, he's going to get that deal and all of that. This guy ran into tens of billions of nairas debt just taking loan that he wants to go and bid for something. Then when he finally when he finally gets any of this bidded for, right, then he will now go and use them, those properties. He will now go and use them as collateral in banks again, like Nikon insurance. You said now, when he bought it, so he had to go back and use the whole thing to borrow money again, liquidated the entire place, and almost declared bankruptcy. He wants to be. He wants to be governor of those states.
I work in Nikon insurance. I began as a branch manager during his